We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky.
What's up, guys? My name's Daniel. Feel free to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, it costs you nothing. If you feel like donating, there's a way to do that down in the description. I love to have my back scratched. I like giving free information, but it also feels good to have a little bit returned to me as well. So, I also have a Facebook page if you guys want to check that out, or you have questions, or you just want to join, post your bike, whatever, talk about things. That link is also in the description. I have my PayPal link in there if you want to send a donation to buy me a cup of coffee, whatever. It also helps support the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Hopefully I get to help you guys out today. Let's get going. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I've been dealing with an issue with this bike where after the first 2 gallons of gas are gone, it starts having a problem staying running, almost like it's running out of fuel. And my thoughts here are that after looking inside the tank, I realized there's actually some rust and corrosion inside of there. So I don't know how long this bike sat before I, fixed it and repaired it. The whole front end was mashed in. So this thing might have sat for a couple of years. And I noticed the plate said 22. Well, it's 24 now. So I think this thing actually sat for 2 years with the same fuel in it. I ran that fuel through the system and it worked, but last night when I was riding, actually did a 60-mile ride, my FI light came on, my fuel injection light, and all of a sudden the bike started having an issue running. So I pulled off to the gas station, I refilled it, it took 2 gallons, and it already still had 2 gallons in it. And I topped off the tank, and as soon as I did, the FI light went away. Ruh-roh, I got a check engine light on. My FI light just kicked on. Fuel injection probably needs to be cleaned. I was a little curious about how long this thing's been sitting, but I have a feeling it's probably letting me know that I have a dirty fuel injector because it's still running fine. And if it wasn't, oops, that's not what I meant to do. But if it wasn't running fine, then I would be a little concerned. But I think the FI light just kicked on, most likely due to a dirty fuel injector, if I had to take a guess. When I first got the bike, it was stuttering a little bit, and I noticed some corrosion in the bottom of the tank, so it could even be the fuel filter itself is a little clogged up. But it's telling me it's part of the FI system, so it's a check engine light, verified. But I noticed that it was having a problem staying running, and so what my thoughts are here is that this fuel tank currently has an inline fuel filter inside the tank in the inlet. I'm thinking it's probably clogged, and I think there might be even some rust particles at the bottom of this tank. So what I'm actually going to do here is, and I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to pull this all the way down and work on the fuel system. So underneath the seat here, if you pull this back, there are a couple Allen wrenches you're going to need. Let me see what size it is. I think it is a size 5 for under the seat. So what we're going to do is crack these loose. Just pull up the corner of the seat, roll it over, and you'll see that there is an Allen there. And that, I'm just going to get them loose. I'm going to take them off the rest of the way with my screw gun once I crack them loose. This is how you remove the seat to have access to the side panels. So we're going to do this together because I haven't seen any videos of how to take off the tank, but I'm a pretty smart cookie. So we're going to do this together. So I apologize if this ends up being kind of a long video for the tank removal and stuff, but I would rather just do this with you guys. So let me switch out the head on this. Like I said, my job is to speed up my life a little bit here, so once we crack these loose, I'm just going to use power tools to speed it up. Some of these are pretty long. We're just going to set this on the floor. I know exactly where that goes. We're going to do the same thing with this side. And we're going to see if we can take this tank off together. While I'm in there, I'm probably going to clean the fuel injector because it's pointless not to, now that I already know that I'm having a slight problem. So we'll pull those 2 tank bolts out. There we go. Both of them have been set on the ground, or the seat bolts. That should just pop off there. There you go. It gives me access to the battery now. And look at that. The original toolkit is still in here. So it looks like we got size 10 would be my guess. I'm gonna have to pull these panels away from the tank. So looks like this one just pops off of there right here. Looks like this has a pop tab on it. There's that one. And I believe I have to pull this one back too. Yep, there's that one. All right. And I want to make sure there's nothing else holding this in place before I really get to twerking and pulling on things here. But pretty sure that should be enough. And then I think I have to take off these two side bolts. I don't know if I have to go further than that. That might be enough to actually just get this off, because I think that this just pops onto the tank as well here. Yes, okay, there was Velcro here, which is not sticking anymore. So there's that. Okay, that one came off, so there is a pop tab on both sides there. So we'll pop those two tabs off. Should gain access to the majority of the tank to get this off. Just take it slow because you don't want to crack the panels, obviously. There we go. All right. That pop tab and that pop tab are off now. Okey-doke. There's that. And then I think we have to take this off, but there's two tabs over here that we have to get. So let me go get some tools. There's two pop tabs up here that I actually have to remove. So let me do that. All right, I believe this is a size 10, I was saying. Pretty sure this is a size 10 or 12. I think it's a 10. So we'll go ahead and do this. The idea is not to tear all the, oh no, oh, I was right, it is a 10. The idea is not to tear all the plastics off. Like, we want to be able to remove this tank without taking all the plastics off if possible. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see what it takes to get the fuel lines off. But I have to remove this tank, drain the gas into a container, so I can clean this tank and the fuel injection system thoroughly and have a good look at the in-tank filter on this thing, because something tells me it's clogged. It's only allowing 2 gallons, and then when it gets to a certain point, it's like it can't pull more gas, and that to me would sound like a clogged up filter. So I could have used power tools for this, which I probably should have, but I didn't feel like going to the other half of the garage to get them. So there you go. We're not going to. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to work on this bike this soon, but it is what it is. Tis what it is. So pull those two tank bolts off. There we go, 1 and 2. We'll put those under the bike. Same thing with the seat bolts. We'll put that under the bike. That way they don't go anywhere and I don't accidentally kick them. And we will see if I can pop off these two pop rivets. That's pretty much what they are, is they're like plastic pop rivets. And they are up here at the front of the tank. That's what's holding on this little piece, and that keeps you from putting your Allen wrench on there to get to this. So we're going to go ahead and stick this inside there and see if I can pop out the pop rivet. Wouldn't be silly, huh? Come on, you can come out of there. There we go. Got it. There's one. Pop this side off. This one's going to put up a fight here. That one was in pretty rough shape. Yep, that one's breaking. It doesn't even want to come out. That's too bad. Gonna have to replace this one. Gonna have to replace it with something different. There we go. Now this should pull up and off. There it is. So let me get that other push tab out. Luckily I have a few replacements, so I'll just have to pop this one out of there and replace it with another one. Anyways, I now have access to the last Allen bolt up here. And I don't think I have to take any more of the plastics off that I'm aware of. I think I can remove the tank as is. I think we're going to actually bump up to a number 6 now to get the tank off. I think that's the requirement here. I think this is a size 6. Looks like I'm correct on that. So let me figure out the best angle of attack here for this. All we gotta do is get it loose and then I can spin it off, so. I think that should do it. Yep, okay. That is now loose. Should be able to pull this out. Before I pull this all the way out though, I'm going to see if the tank comes up. So I'm going to put that back in just a little bit by hand. Throw that over there. I'm going to put this under the bike to make sure I don't step on it. Let's see if the tank comes up now. Yes, however, some of these tabs up here in the front are connected, so I have to remove a few of these tabs up here in the front. Let's see what size these are. Looks like this tab has to come off of there. So we'll do that real fast. I think we're jumping back down to a size 4, it looks like. So we'll pop this one off. Size 4. Once I get that off, tank should be able to part from that now. Should just be able to pull that back. Let me take off the other one. This is why it's not fun, man, to let fuel sit in your bike, because then somebody else is forced to do this kind of work. And this really sucks. Really sucks to do this kind of stuff. So should be enough. Oh boy. See if I can get this away from there now. Pull this bolt off. Excellent. Okay, I should be able to pull the tank out from underneath that now and leave everything where it's at. That's the hope anyways. I'll pull this off now. Now that I know where that goes. I'll be scooching the tank back, I think. No, huh? Something else is still holding this in place. What is holding this on there? It's got to be these. These have to be push tabs. I think that's all it is. Yep, okay. So there's push tabs up there. It's fun not having a teardown guide for these things, let me tell you. Let me pop this one out of its place. There we go. Alright, the tank should be free now to move up and down and move around. Should be able to pull it back now. Still a little piece over here holding on for dear life. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Okay. Is there one on this side too? No, just on that side. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. So I have to undo that bugger right there. I think I can do that without, yeah, I can do that without having to remove all the plastics. It's gonna suck, but I can do it. Give me one sec. There is a, what appears to be 10mm bolt down here on both sides that hook to the tank, and we have to get those off, so give me one sec. I think I can do it with this. I think I can get this down in there without having to pull all the plastics down. I think we can get that on there and remove this bolt. Whoops. Let's make sure this is going in the right direction. Slide it down in there. Turn it sideways. Yeah. Okay, that worked out really well, honestly. So there's that. That's gonna be fun to put back in. Now I have one on the other side. Yeah, they don't want to make this simple. They want you to definitely take this to a dealership. That is for sure. Okay, now the tank should move. Now the tank should definitely be able to come off. However, I still have to remove the fuel lines. So that's where we're at now. Yep, okay. So I have complete access to the tank now. You see all the stuff that was involved in that, right? That was, that was a lot of stuff. So, all right, let me grab a bucket, and I need to grab my little prize. I have a feeling I'm gonna need them. So give me one sec, guys. I need to go get my pick set for this. I think you guys can see in there now. See in there enough anyways. This is gonna be really hard for me to do. But I think I can do it. I need to figure out what way that gas line connects. So first thing I gotta do, see if I can get this piece over here disconnected. Looks like it's gonna be kind of fun to do. Have to pick at that with a pick tab. This has a squeeze bracket on it, so I might just be able to pop this off of there by hand. Maybe. This will be a lot easier to put back on for obvious reasons. There won't be fuel in the tank. It sucks I filled this up so quick. Oh boy, I finally got the lines disconnected. However, it's just too heavy to, there's two lines that I need to get to over here, breather tubes I believe, and the tank is just too heavy to keep fondling with it. So, all we're gonna do is do a quick drain with my fuel pump. There we go. We're gonna suck the tank dry. There's a little battery operated fuel pump designed for getting gas out of gas tanks. This will really simplify your life. There's about 4 gallons of fuel in here right now. We're going to drain all 4 gallons into this 5-gallon bucket real quick. We'll get the majority of it out so the tank is a lot lighter and easier to work with. It's just such a struggle right now trying to mess with this tank at all. This pump works really well. It moves along well. It's moving a lot of liquid really quickly, so. Anyways, yeah. All right, now that I've drained the gas tank, I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys can see inside there, but there you go. You can see all the rust down there. It's really hard to do with one hand. You can see all the rust down there at the bottom. It's kind of all over the tank inside. It's very unfortunate. It's too bad my LED just cannot get this to light up very well. It's lighting up the whole center and not the internals down there. But there you go. You can see there's like rust particles all over the bottom. Yeah, we need to work on that. I need to figure out how bad the screen is. So we're going to have to pull the fuel pump off the bottom of the fuel tank and clean it really well.